Now let's move on to step number 3, which is importing our reference images inside 3ds Max. To do this properly, I will follow the following technique. I will go on the front side reference image. I will right click on it, go to properties, and on the details tab, I can see the dimensions of this image. So I will keep this in mind, and I will just go right here in 3ds Max. I will go on the front view. You can see which viewport this is by here. I will click on it, and right here I will go on maximize viewport. And here on the right you can see that we got some ready to be made geometries, and I will select the plane and I will randomly create this. Now you can see these lines which are called edges, and we can affect the edges from here, and I will remove all of them because I don't need them. I will go right here on the move tool, and I will right click these values so I can make sure my plane is on the center. Now to see the actual geometry of this, I will go right here, and on the mode I will change the mode from wireframe to default shading, right? And I will select this plane, and right here on the modify panel I will put in the dimensions we saw earlier, which is something like that if I'm not mistaken. And then I will just go right here and drag and drop this on the plane. And just like that, I can be sure that my image has the right proportions, because if this was not, let's say, 700 and it was 300, it would look something like that. And we don't want this. We want to have the right proportions. So here we go. And we could say at that point that our reference image is ready, but we need to make sure of a few things. Right here on the reference folder, I got an image called dimensions. And we can see here that the height of this chair is 75 centimeters. So to make sure our chair is also at 75 centimeters, I will press X and I will search for tape measure. And I will drag and drop this and leave it on this part. And I can see right here that our length is much more than 75. So let's just delete the tape, go to plane. I will take the plane and I will create a plane which is actually 75 centimeters at height. So we know that the height of this chair, of this image, must match this plane. Now I will select my image. This is not lost. We just need to go to perspective by pressing P. I will move this backwards and I will go again on the front viewport. Now we have this grid. To turn it off, press G. And now we'll go right here on the hierarchy, affect pivot. I will move this pivot on the bottom right here. And I will try to match it with our plane. And now just by using our scale tool up here, we will scale this down until it matches our plane. Now I think we are fine, so I will delete the plane. We don't need this anymore. Now you can reset the pivot on the center if you like center to object, affect pivot, center to object. And I will once again make sure this is on the center of our viewport. And just like that, I know that my reference is set up correctly. Now we'll go and do the same thing for the left side. And after that, we are ready to start adding a few more references that will help us later on the modeling. So let's do this.